I'm going to give you the exact scripts I've used, which has allowed me to close hundreds of thousands of dollars for my agency. I'm going to give them away absolutely for free in this video, even though I know 99% watching won't do shit about it. This is something you have to live and breathe and need to be doing whatever it takes. All right, guys, jumping right into it, I just want to say there are no perfect scripts, and this is the key takeaways that I want you all to write down. No script is going to be perfect because you and I speak differently. How I present is going to be different to you. And what's important is that you do what is comfortable for you. Okay, tonality is way more important, and how you say it is more important than actually what you say. And thirdly is it's a numbers game, right? Don't tell me you've done 20 cold calls today, because it just simply isn't enough. All right, diving straight into cold calling. Everyone's got something different, and there's a lot of YouTube videos on this. I'm someone who has always hated cold calling. My first sales job was in 2018 for about 8 to 10 months, and all we did was cold call. It was quite draining, right? But it does teach you some very important lessons that will help you for your business journey and your agency. It's going to be the quickest way for you to get in front of that prospect, right? Whether they say yes, they want to hear you out, or no, you're going to know within the first 5 or 10 seconds of that cold call. So you're not going to be wasting your time. So let's go through a few things. Again, important tip, remember, keep it simple, be clear, be direct, and tonality is really more important. So I'm going to take you through a couple of examples. Some of these you would have heard before, especially with Thomas Garnett. He kind of made this sort of, these two openers, I guess, popular, you would say, on YouTube. However, he wasn't the one who created them. They've been around for a very long time. So let's go through it. Hey, John, I appreciate you taking my call. Look, you're probably going to hate me for this, but this is a cold call. Do you want to hang up now, or can I have a minute of your time? Do you notice how my tonality isn't excited? It's not upbeat. It's pretty like, look, John, I understand. You know, I understand that you get a lot of these cold calls. It's disarming, right? And that's what we're trying to do. We need to disarm the prospect before anything else. Because if you just come in saying, hey, John, it's Cody from X, Y, and Z company. How are you today? You're like every other salesperson they've listened to, probably the last 10 sales calls today. You got to remember, these businesses probably get a dozen cold calls every single day. So you need to stand out. Opener number 2, very similar. Hey, John, my name's Cody from Agency Academy. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a cold call. So do you want to hang up now, or give me 30 seconds of your time? You can play with this a little bit. You know, what feels comfortable for you? Hey, John, just calling from Agency Academy. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a cold call. Right, do you want to hang up now, or do you want to roll the dice and give me a minute? Opener number 3, it's a little bit unique. This does require you to send an email, Loom video, something of value before you actually make this call, right? Otherwise, you'll be called out, and it's just not going to be a good look for you. Your reputation will be destroyed within the first 30 seconds of the call, and you're not going to land a meeting with that prospect. So let's go through that now. Hey, John, it's Cody from Agency Academy. I was actually just calling because I sent you a video on how we offer 5 appointments, 5 jobs to concreters, landscapers, lawyers, dentists, whatever it is, and insert the correct terminology. They're either going to think, huh? What video? Or what email? I didn't see that. Or they're going to be like, oh yeah, I seen it. You know, it was great. Majority of the time, they won't have seen it. And sometimes they'll try to get you off the phone, right? They'll be like, oh, no problem, Cody. Let me just have a look at that, and then I'll call you back. How's that sound? And you don't want that, right? No problem, John. It's all good. I'm on the phone with you now, so happy to go through it if you have 30 seconds. Yeah, no problem. And then you go in and you do the transition. I mean, look, another opener number 4, it's classic, it's very simple, and it just works. Hey, John, it's Cody from Agency Academy. I know I probably caught you in the middle of something. Do you have 30 seconds for me to tell you why I'm calling? So you can use that tonality, or you could use something like the very first opener. Now, I like the softer approach. The reason is it's more disarming. So let's go opener number 4, but in opener number 1's tonality. Hey John, it's Cody from Agency Academy. Look, I know I probably caught you in the middle of something, but do you have 30 seconds for me to tell you why I'm calling? You can see the difference there. Now, look, this takes practice, this takes time, and you're going to build your confidence the more cold calls you actually make. But tonality is far more important than what you actually say. All right, so the transition, and this is really important. We want to get straight to the point very, very quickly. Yeah, look, John, so I know you get a lot of these sort of calls daily, but we help dentists get 5 new patients every single month, or you get a full refund. How booked out are you at the moment? Right, and the reason you always want to end on a question. You never want to end anything on a statement. And that goes for cold calling, that goes even for your sales calls. You never ever want to end things on a statement. You want to end things on a question, and you want it to be an open-ended question. This is the key here. Open-ended questions, never a closed-ended question, because if they just say yes, no, maybe, it doesn't give you much room to carry on with that conversation. Go straight into it. So that's typically what I'll do. So, we help insert your niche and insert your offer, whatever that may look like. Jobs, leads, appointments. I don't care what it is. Insert your offer, right? And with this will be available to download in the group. So all you need to do is join the group, answer the questions. I will send this to you, and you'll have full access to this. All right. How booked out are you at the moment? And they'll tell you, we're doing X, Y, and Z jobs. We do this much, and all right. And could you even handle 5 new patients? Because look, I know I called you out of the blue, and I don't want to waste your time if it's not something that you can actually take on. Oh no, it's definitely something we can take on. Okay, cool, John. So how are you currently getting jobs listings? Insert the correct terminology here, right? Like if you're going after contractors, concreters, trades, you're going to say jobs, right? Real estate agents, you're going to say listings. If you're a dentist or a chiropractor or whatever, you're going to say appointments, treatments, whatever it is. Insert the correct terminology. So how are you currently getting jobs? Now, this is really important. You should know the answer to this already. You should know. For example, if you're in the US, which most of my audience is, and you're going after contractors, concreters, anyone in the trades niche, they're going to be using Home Advisor and Angie's List, right? And what are they? It's a third-party platform that you pay on a per lead basis. You're paying probably $30 to $60 per lead. However, that lead gets sent out to 3 to 4 other businesses at the same time. So it's really first come, first serve. It's really the first one who contacts that person usually wins that job and gets that quote accepted. Right? So it's competitive. The leads are pretty trash. A lot of people complain about it. So you should know this before actually going in to these calls. You've got to know your niche inside and out, so much so that you could start a business in that niche. That's how well you should know it. You should know how they're currently getting their jobs. Ask them about this, because this is going to be a pain point for them, and that's the reason for the question. We want them to open up. All right, and how are you currently getting jobs? You're probably using Angie's List and Home Advisor, right? Like, how's that going for you? Curiosity, right? Put some emotion into it. Like, how's that going for you? Stutter, ahs. You're not trying to sound robotic and very scripted. So it is okay to stutter, to say to mess up a little bit, because it's natural. You want this to feel natural throughout the whole thing. So this is where they're going to air their frustrations. They're a real estate agent in Australia. They're probably using realestate.com.au, domain, open agent, agent box. If you're in the US, they're using Zillow, realtor.com. There's probably some other third-party sites that I haven't name dropped. And yeah, every industry has platforms and directories that they use. And most of them are horrible. Get them to air their frustrations. How are you finding using insert platform name? right? It's very mixed results. Yeah, look, John, I totally understand. And I also understand that I called you out of the blue while you're probably in the middle of something. So how about we schedule a 15-minute Zoom call so I can actually walk you through and show you what we do. And if it is something you think would benefit you, we can talk business. And if not, no problem. You'll have some people really talk and open up, especially in this section, that could last 5, 10, 15 minutes. You're trying to get them to open up, and then you'll be able to ask more questions from what they actually say. I can't give you that in this script. It depends how the call goes and how it flows. But a lot of business owners will open up here, and that's your in, right? That is where you'll be able to ask customized questions that you can create and you get from listening to what they say. And it's also really important, take notes, right? Because you're not going to remember everything. So take notes, and then you can refer back to those notes with questions to ask. Now, I'm just going to briefly go over a few other things here. We've got Loom, emails, and all that great stuff. Loom is a great way. There are a few differences, and I might make a longer video on this, breaking it down, but Looms are typically between 3 and 5 minutes long. There's two options here. You can do a personalized Loom, which takes longer, or you can do a general Loom that looks personal, and then obviously send it out. And that is something that I really recommend. But the structure is pretty simple, right? Introduce yourself, 5 seconds. They really don't care about you. They don't care who you are. So you don't even really need to spend much time on it, because they just want to know what you do and how it will help them, right? How is it going to help them? So show them that, right? Share your screen. If you've got client results, show that, saying, hey, look, this is what we were able to generate for X, Y, and Z company. This is how it works, and this is why we believe it would benefit you. Done. Simple. If you don't have that, what I like to do, I like to leverage competitors. So create a presentation, a couple of slides long, and show what their competitors are doing. And please note that these competitors have to be big, and everyone needs to know who these competitors are in that industry. They're kind of like the big dogs, if you will. All right, you're sharing your screen, you're going through it, sharing what they've done, and saying how you can implement a similar strategy, whatever the name is of that strategy, you've named it, and let's chat. Let's chat about it. This is how you obviously send them messages to, email, Instagram, whatever it is. Facebook and Instagram outreach is very simple. I like to be direct. I've never liked the long-winded 3-paragraph DMs. I get those a lot. Even now, I get probably 5, 6 messages every single day, and they are all the same. Do I read any of them? No, because they're shit, right? I don't read them. I just delete them straight away. And if you've sent me one of them, please take note of this, right? Please take note, because this is why you're getting left on red or unseen. Number 1, we need to optimize our profile. Do not message without any photos or profile photo. Have some content. It could be 1, 2, 3 photos. It really doesn't matter. Just have something there. So what you also want to do is follow and add them as a friend. Do not be the person on Facebook that sends a friend request and messages straight away. Please wait a day or two, because if it's me, I just block that person straight away. And on Instagram, like 1 to 3 posts, and also comment on one of their posts as well. Script number 1 is very, very simple. Hey, I was wondering if you were looking to take on any more clients this month, or are you booked out? If they respond yes, awesome. I know you probably get a lot of messages, but we help insert your niche and state your offer. Would that be something you'd be interested in? Keep it light, suggest a quick call to see if it's possible, to see if it's a good fit for them. If they respond no, wow, that's great that you're completely booked out. Obviously, you're doing something right. The reason I ask is we do insert your offer, and I see you have some great reviews or whatever, compliment them on something, right? And wanted to see if that's something that could help you. Now, I also like video messages, 30 to 60 seconds long, similar framework. It's introduction, who you are, compliment them on something, your offer, close. And the close is just suggesting a 15-minute call to see if it's something that would help them. Okay, script number 2. Hey, do you provide whatever service? They respond yes. Cool, so we help insert niche, insert offer. Is that something that you could handle at the moment? This will open the door to a conversation and get you on a quick 10 to 15 minute qualifying call. So script number 3, hey Naeem, I wanted to shoot you a quick message because we're getting a lot of customer referrals for insert niche and don't have a real estate agent or whatever niche you're in to send them to. Let me know if you could take further clients with the best contact number so we can discuss further. This can be also used as a cold email and works extremely well and gets a very high response rate. Script number 4, is this the best place to ask a question? They might reply yes, why, question mark, but it gets the conversation going. Well, we work with insert niche to bring them an extra insert offer using a system we created a few months back. Are you wanting to take on more clients? Because I'd like to go through the system with you to see if it could help. Guys, do you understand how simple this is? I think the biggest reason most people fail at this, they just simply overcomplicate the process. This is it. If you're sending 100 pieces of outreach every single day using any one of these messages, you're going to book meetings. If you don't, you just aren't doing enough. So look, if you're liking this video, please leave a like and I will do more videos like this. This is a very new style for me, so please also leave a comment if you do. It would really help me out and it would show me that you like this style of content, so I'll be able to make more videos. Okay, so LinkedIn, very similar. We won't go through that. Cold email. This is something that I've never done too much of, and the reason is because it's just the lowest success rate in my personal experience, right? I'm not saying you haven't seen success with it because there's a lot of agency owners that swear by cold email. Personally, for me, I would just rather do Instagram, Facebook DMs, or cold calling rather than cold email because the open rates are so low. But again, we're being direct, straight to the point, right? Email number 1, hey Naeem, I know you're busy. I don't want to waste your time. We can help you. Insert your offer. Is that something you'd like to hear more about? Email 2, hey John, I know you're busy, so I won't waste your time. We have 13 people looking for a concreter in whatever their area is. Is this something you could help handle? Are you free to chat later this week? This also works when you're running paid ads. I've seen people say, we're looking for 13 concreters in, we've got 13 people looking for concreters in X area. Fill in your details, if you can take on a job. Right, really works well with an ad. Lead cost is very cheap, but I'll go through that in another video. Email 3, hey, I love, compliment them on something, an award, a business win. After having a look at your business online, I noticed you aren't implementing a few things which will result in X, Y, and Z. We help. Insert offer. Is that something you'd be interested in hearing more about? Like I said, too many people overthink and overcomplicate. The more messages you send, the higher the chances of a response, and the more responses you get, the more meetings you're going to book, and the more meetings you book, the more clients you sign. It really is that simple, guys. So we've just gone through the outreach scripts to book meetings and set appointments. So this is the 10K per month breakdown. I've shared this before, but if we're doing 100 outreaches per day, that's 500 per week, not including weekends. And my opinion is you should be sending messages on weekends, whether you do 600 or 700. But let's say we're just going to do 5 days a week. So that equals 2,000 outreaches per month at a 2% booking rate, which is pretty standard. And in my opinion, if you're direct and use the scripts that we've just gone through, you will be able to book more than this. All right, but let's say it's a 2% conversion rate. 2 meetings a day, 10 meetings a week, 40 meetings per month. Now let's actually break that down a little further. All right. So if we go 2 meetings a day, 10 meetings a week, 40 meetings a month, it's a 50% show up rate. Some people will say it's a lot higher than that, 60, 70, 80%. I completely disagree. Let's use a 50% show up rate because it will be between 50 and 60%. That means you're going to get 1 meeting a day, 5 meetings a week, 20 meetings per month. Now, for me, I was always able to book more meetings than this if I was sending 100 pieces of outreach using the scripts that I've sent you. So you should be able to as well. There are no excuses. Now, let's be conservative. right? 2,000 outreaches a month, 40 booked meetings, 20 show up. Let's assume it's a 10% closing rate, right? Because you're new, you're nervous, you suck at sales, but it should be between 25 and 30%, meaning you're going to get 2 clients per month, assuming $1,000, right? 5 months times 2 clients a month equals $10,000 per month in 5 months. And that's the maths, you guys. It really is this simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. So look, as you know, the scripts will be available in the Facebook group down below. Book a call if you'd want to learn how I can help you personally scale your agency. But most of all, use these scripts, guys. Actually apply this. Stop scrolling on YouTube and apply this right now. See you in the next video.